So recently, Geekdom 101 achieved the incredible milestone of 400,000 subscribers, and I'm incredibly just amazed and shocked. And I know that I always say that when I hit a milestone, but it just really is surprising that my little videos have inspired so many people to trust me, and it means a lot to me. I swear to you on this one, and I want to thank you all for putting up with me for the past 2.5 years through the good and the bad. I've made a lot of mistakes, in the past 2.5 years trying to adjust to this. And I think that we, at the end of the day, though, have created a great community with a lot of great people. And I like sharing your ideas. And I really like it when people say that I've helped them with their real life problems, like that I've inspired them to do something and be creative. That's what really means the most to me. So I'm very blessed and humbled to have done this, and I'm also really happy to have a community that's so giving. We raised money for both Chris Ayers and for hurricane victims, and we'll be doing more of those in the future. So I just want to thank all of you. Just even if you haven't been able to see everything I've done, just if you've watched one of my videos and enjoyed it, then it really means a lot to me. But now that we've hit 400,000, people have been asking, where are your interviews? We miss your interviews. Well, I'm going to announce now that the interviews are back. Icons of the Dragon Ball Community Phase 5 begins next week. Now, there will be some changes made to this version of Icons. Those of you who are new to the channel, the Icons interviews are interviews I do with people who are important in the Dragon Ball community, whether it be authors like Derek Padula or whether it be voice actors. I've talked to Chris Sabat, Brian Drummond, I've talked to Chris Rager, several people who have worked on Dragon Ball Z on the Icon series, whether it be YouTubers like Rhymestyle and Black and Fist and Quamman and other people of that ilk, or whether it be content creators who came before us, like Ryan from Ginga Giri Giri, and of course all 4 members of Kanzenshu. They've all been featured on Icons. Well, this time we're doing it a bit different. It used to be Fridays at 4. This time it's going to be moved to Tuesdays. And it starts on Tuesday, December 12th, and it's going to go all the way until 2018. So, Tuesday, December the 12th, are you a fan of Dragon Ball Z Light of Hope? Well, guess what? Robot Underdog talks to Geekdom 101 Tuesday, December the 12th. We're going to discuss the brand new, finally, the finalized version of DBZ Light of Hope. I talked to Rita and Donnie from Robot Underdog. We're going to tell you the entire history of how they got into making fan films, what went on during the creation of Light of Hope, the decisions they made, the changes they made, the plans, really a lot of great behind the scenes stuff. So if you want to make a Dragon Ball movie, or if you want to make a movie, or a Dragon Ball fan, you definitely got to check out this interview. I promise you, you'll be amazed and enlightened as to what went into making a fan film, because this thing is hard work. Then, on Tuesday, December the 19th, I am joined by someone who I never thought would ever appear on my channel, somebody who's really above and beyond a lot of different people I've had on here as far as notoriety goes in a totally different aspect of the world. That's right, number 76 from the Green Bay Football Packers of the National Football League, Mike Daniels. I can't believe I've got a football player from the NFL, possible future Super Bowl champion if things go right, discussing his love of Dragon Ball and anime. We're going to talk about his promotion of anti-bullying. We're going to talk about how Dragon Ball has influenced him to be a bigger and better athlete and work harder and stronger and get in the gym. And we're going to really talk to a person who bridges the gap between jock and nerd. He's both, and you can be both in this world, and you can be so much more. So that's going to be an awesome interview. Can't wait to bring that to you guys on December the 19th. Then, December 26th, the day after Christmas. Christmas is going to come a day late in some ways, folks. I've got from Funimation, that's just one of the companies he's worked for, Mike McFarland will be joining me on Icons. We're going to be discussing not just his work as the voice of Master Roshi and as the voice of Yajirobe. You've heard the Master Roshi bumper on the channel before. We're going to talk about how he was the ADR director for Tokyo Ghoul, Full Metal Alchemist, some of the best dubs ever this man has helped produce. If you are a fan of dubs, this man has helped produce them. And we're going to get into all kinds of things like voice acting, voice directing, how he got the gig. Just really good inspirational stuff. If you want to be a voice actor, you will want to listen to this. And if you're a fan of Dragon Ball, you got to check it out because it's awesome. Then on January 2nd, a very, very special edition of Icons that was recorded live in Texas for the first time in 17 years. We have all three main composers for the Falconer Productions Dragon Ball Z music score. We have Mike Smith, we have Scott Morgan, we have Julius Dobosh in studio in Texas talking to me about their time working with Bruce Falconer on the Bruce Falconer score of Dragon Ball. You're going to hear stuff you've never heard before. You're going to hear exactly how the music was made. You're going to hear all the stories about who actually composed what in Dragon Ball Z. You've got all three of these gentlemen talking to me about that old school score that so many people grew up with, watching it on Toonami every afternoon. It's going to be historic and an interview that I cannot wait for you guys to see. That is the grand finale of Icons of the Dragon Ball Community Phase 5. Thank you so very much for your support. I hope you enjoy this content, and don't forget there's going to be Dragon Ball content from me as long as I can produce it. So that'll never end. And other stuff too, like check out World of Geekdom, my second channel, where we discuss movies and wrestling and other things like that. Check that out. Thank you so much for your support. I love you all, and I hope you enjoy Icons Phase 5. And let's put our mugs up for 500,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can hit that one very soon. It all starts next week. I will catch you down the road.